Praise the Lord, everybody. This is Bishop Wade. What a joy it is to have you on Sunday Night Live. Y'all know how we do it. We are committed to you growing and becoming what God has called you to be. One of the things I learned years ago is that don't be so concerned about the circumstances. Be more concerned about your personal growth and your personal development, and everything will rise to the level of where you are. And so we're delighted to have each of you. I am very excited tonight. I am so excited to introduce a dear brother, a friend that I've known for years. I know many of you over in Jacksonville and in Texas, in Atlanta and Alabama, y'all wondering who he is. Well, you're going to find out tonight. And I'm so delighted to have our dear brother with us. We're going to talk about leadership. We're going to talk about academics. We're going to talk about education. These are the things that we do. Now, as you all know, we believe there are 3 ways to grow. There's actually 7. I teach 3 here. The books we read, the people we meet, and the places we go. Book, people, places. Book, people, places. There are 4 others, but for us, it's books, people, places. We talk about books. We have someone on tonight. That's people. And of course, we're traveling to various places. At the end, we'll share with you and the college in reference to our trip to Rome and Greece. We have a trip coming up. I want to encourage you all to make plans to get registered and to view ilcobp.com. At the end of this broadcast or in the commercial, we'll highlight and share with you some of the things that we're doing for the college next year for our fall meeting, our Hebrew classes, and our prophetic courses that are coming up. So glad to have each of you. I see people chiming in. We're glad to have you all. And I'm excited. I'm with the Honorable. Tonight, I am with the Honorable Dr. John Haley. Dr. Haley, give greetings, and then I'm going to share some of your bio, and then I'll let you pick it up. Give greetings to everyone.
God bless you. Thank you all so much for having me on this wonderful platform that Bishop Wade is. He's a wonderful organizer, a wonderful founder of many things that God has blessed him to do. And I'm so thankful just to be here and have the opportunity to share with each one of you all what we're trying to do in order to move our school district forward, doing everything that I could conceivably do to enhance, better, improve the academic standing of Bay District schools. God bless you, and thank you so much for having me.
I love it. Dr. Haley, we're glad to have you. Again, Dr. Haley is my friend. And one of the things that we're going to do, we're going to talk about academics and some of the things that he intends to do. But I want to just share a brief bit of his bio. He'll add the other pieces in as we go. But just so you know who we're dealing with, we're in great company. We're, as the old folks say, we're in high cotton tonight. We're in high cotton tonight. 30 years experience in education. He has proven leadership in education, business, and as a local pastor. He's passionate about children's success. Will always put students, teachers, and families first. I've seen that myself. And then finally, he has a lifelong history, and he's a resident of Bay County, committed to strengthening our schools and serving our community. Dr. Haley was born and raised and educated in Bay County. Dr. John L. Haley Jr., he's devoted more than 30 years of service to Bay District schools. His lifelong connection to the community brings both personal commitment and extensive professional experience to his service on the school board. I just want to read it. I got to tell you more. Dr. Haley began his career with the district as a volunteer and substitute teacher. Over the years, he has served numerous roles, which includes paraprofessional, math teacher, dean of students, administrative assistant, assistant principal, and a principal. It's amazing. During his tenure as principal of J.R. Arnold High School, the school earned its first A school grade. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I love this. He later transitioned to the district office as the first executive director of operations, where he oversaw critical departments, including information and technology services, textbooks and instructional materials, safety and security, middle and high school athletic facilities, food service, maintenance, and transportation. And I mean, the list goes on. He's married to the wonderful Dr. Lady Haley, Sister Haley. Yes. They are just 2 doctors in the same house, has a wonderful family. Children are stellar. I like to brag on my kids, but his children are stellar. I've met and I know each one of them. And so, Dr. Haley, we're delighted. I'm blessed to have you with us tonight. I see people giving hand claps and waves. We're glad to have you. Tell us what you're all about. Tell us about the mission, and we're going to talk tonight. Share with us.
But one of the things we want to do as a district, a district official, being specifically a school board leader, we want to improve student academic achievement. That's most important. What we find more so often than ever before is that our students are seemingly going this academic roller coaster. We have an A school today and a B school tomorrow, or a D school. And so that situation has got to change. One of the things we know is this. We have 4 districts, Bishop, 4 districts west of Bay County. We have Okaloosa, we have Santa Rosa, we have Walton, and we have Escambia County. 4 districts west of Bay County that are all A school districts. Now, look at this. We have 4 districts west of Bay County, all A school districts. And you got to remember, Escambia County has a minority population of 55.6% of minority students in their population, whereas Bay County, we only have 34% minority. So you look at Escambia County with 55.6 minority population, and then you look at Bay County with 34, and then you look at the charter schools within Bay County, all the charter schools, specifically Bay Haven charter schools, all of those are A schools.
Wow.
So the question makes me answer, what is going on? The reason why we have 4 districts west of us that are A districts, and all the charter schools within Bay District schools are A district, and Bay District schools, K-12, cannot breach an A. So the question makes me answer, what's the problem? When we do research, what we find out is this: the common denominator of all those 4 districts, specifically Escambia and the charter schools, is parental engagement. The motto is this: every minute that you engage in a child's education is a minute you invest in their future. Every minute you engage in a child's education is a minute you invest in their future. And so what Escambia has done, took a holistic perspective, and they have put out 5 different ways and means of communicating with their students, parents, and they have parent nights. They have data understanding nights where the parent literally understands the data from the assessment test that children are bringing home. And so now parents if they feel more confident that when they look at this piece of paper, they don't just throw it in the trash can, put it aside, they understand it. They have one situation over there. It was called One Book, One School. Everybody in the school in Escambia County gets a book. Every parent, every student gets the same book. And they go home and they read and they work on that book. And they come back to talk about it in school, and they are inviting. They're not excluding, but they're including parents in the academic setting. And so when you look at that type of scenario, and you begin to wonder, you begin to figure out, okay, that's important, because parental engagement does 3 things. Parental engagement improves student attendance, Bishop. Parental engagement improves academic performance. Parental engagement improves student behavior. So when you have academic performance going up, attendance going up, and behavior going up, you have a setting and the equation for A status. And how are we poised to attract industry? And how are we poised to attract good businesses to Bay District schools if we don't improve the educational level of our students and institutions here in Bay County? When your academic and educational institutions increase, that's attractive, Bishop.
Yes.
It's like a magnet. We want to start our business there. We want to go there because the schools are absolutely phenomenal. And so you increase your employment base. The value of homes go up. Everybody gets excited when look at the value of homes in Santa Rosa, the value of homes in Okaloosa.
Yes,
the schools have been A schools for forever.
That's
And the
true.
thing about this is, we have to get off of this this academic roller coaster. We're up today, Bishop, and we're down tomorrow. We're up today because we do not take parent engagement, in my mind, in my opinion, seriously. Now, let me say this before I stop talking, because I can really talk about this kind of stuff all day
This is
long.
good. This is good.
So you got to understand that in District 3, the district that I'm running for, we have 9 schools. 9 schools. We have Rutherford. We have Bay High School. We have Rosenwald. We have Jinx Middle School. We have Oscar Patterson. We have Cedar Grove. We have Lucille Moore. We have Northside. And then we have Margaret K. Lewis at Oakland Terrace. Now, Bishop, every last one of our schools, are Title I schools. What is a Title I school? A Title I school is a school where 40% of the student population qualifies, they're eligible for free and reduced lunch. So that may look bad, but there is a upside to it, because the federal government will give you an additional $700 per student if you qualify as a Title I school. Okay. So we get a little extra money as a Title I school. Now, it is the principal's prerogative. They have the autonomy to how they want to use. They can how they want to use that money. They could conceivably purchase a paraprofessional, hire another teacher, or do whatever they need. They will move their school forward. But one of the things about it is, again, I want to reiterate emphatically, we must get off of the academic roller coaster and look at proven statistics and data. Let's focus and put our money and our efforts where we can get the best bang for our bucks. Move our schools and move our students forward by looking holistically and seriously at parent involvement and engagement. It's proven. We can't, it's simplistic. Folks like, oh yes, oh yeah, this, that, and the other. But Escambia County finally woke up. In fact of the matter, one of the educators in Escambia County said this. She started crying. She was a retired teacher. She started crying, Bishop. She says, I never thought I would see the day that Escambia County would be an A district.
Wow. It
was as if, and that put me in the remembrance of what the disciples said when he hailed the baby Jesus. Now, Lord, I've seen the Messiah. Yes. I can go away in peace.
Yes.
And that is what happened with that lady. She found that Escambia County had finally made an A, which she thought would never happen.
So the key then is parental involvement, literally getting the parents involved. So Dr. Haley, how does at least District 3 and those schools, what are they not doing that we could do compared to what's being done in Escambia County?
Well, every Title I school has a parent involvement component.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, in some cases, the Constitution. The words are on paper, but do those words really come to life? That being said, there are several means of, measures, or several measures that can be taken, like what they're doing in Escambia County, what we're probably not doing here in Bay County. I spoke about it a little bit earlier about data assessment nights, bringing parents in so they can understand the data, book nights, math nights, reading nights, and I mean, they're extending the day. And I would venture to say that one of the things when I was teaching math, and I was teaching at A.D. Harris, those kids who the other schools did not want.
Yes.
I needed more time with those students. So what I did was this. I scheduled after school and I scheduled weekend tutorial sessions. In fact, it didn't matter when I was at Mosley High School as an assistant principal. We were just spending so many kids at Mosley High School as when I was assistant principal. And then we had the FCAT coming up, the Florida Comprehensive Assessment Test. We had that coming up, and these kids were getting suspended out of school. And I said, this insanity, Bishop.
Right.
You're a professor at Mosley High School now. I'm saying this insanity has to stop. And in fact, of the matter, my boss at that particular time, I was an administrative assistant. My boss was Uncle Bob. We called him Uncle Bob, but he was assistant principal. He had been assistant principal for 25 years.
Wow.
So we called him Uncle Bob, but he was assistant principal at Mosley High School. And so Bob said to me, Doctor, well, there wasn't doctor then, it was John, sir, you have suspended 700. I mean, well, he actually said to my friend first, my partner, Tom, my partner was Tom, and he said, Tom, you suspended 600 kids. No, and then he said, well, John, you suspended 700. And I'm like, this has got to stop. And so what we implemented was a smoking cessation class where we would have the kids, instead of a 3-day suspension, Bishop, we gave them an opportunity to come on Saturday from 8 to 12 and work on Saturday for 2 hours, and then work on your FCAT preparation for 2 hours. So okay. I want to go back to extending the workday. And so what that did was that basically alleviated the 3-day suspension. But I want to go back to extending the workday. What we have to do is to extend the school day in some way, form, or fashion, whether it's after school tutorial services or weekend. And it's all to help these kids. They may not necessarily want to do it, but it's in their best interest. So I believe that they are in fact extending the school day over in Escambia County. They're having a lot of parental activities, engagements. They're doing wonderful, wonderful things to welcome the parents. And one of the things I want to say is this, Bishop, and I don't see it, but I hope you hear me. One of the things I want to say is this. Right now, we have approximately 20,000 students, a little bit better, in Bay District schools. Well, that number used to be running around 27 or 28. You know, parents are selecting and choosing other options. They're selecting and choosing other options to take their kids. You have charter schools. You have homeschool, you have virtual school, and you have so many other different options. If folks don't treat you right at Target, you know where you're likely to go? You go to Walmart, or you go somewhere else. The customer relations is so very, very important. And today, right. Whereas we don't think about that, you know, when you are a nice gentleman, you're a professional with your job. When you work according to the guidelines and the curriculum of the guidelines and the guardrails of your profession, people respect that and likely to keep people in your classroom and in your school.
That's right.
When your customer relations is out the window, you just don't care. You think people have to be there. That's not the way it is today, Bishop. They don't have to go to Walmart. They can go to Target. They have to go to Target. They can go to Walmart.
That's
right. They don't have to go to the issue store. They can go to another one. And that is something that needs to sink in very, very fast. And perhaps that could conceivably change the way we treat these, talk, even communicate with these students.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I think also it's about leadership. I think we have to have the right leadership in place who can speak not only with words, but the spirit of the letter. I think a lot of the times people will say things, but it's not taken seriously, or it is not I want to use this term, the frequency of how they operate does not necessarily promote where you're trying to go, because everybody can say things. I think I've known you for a while, Dr. Haley, and what I respect is the fact that if you say it, you're with the full intentions of making it happen, to produce. And I think that, and leadership is my spot. One of the things that I find is true leadership solve problems. True leadership can step in at something that's like you did, Arnold, and come out and you have an A school. To me, that is clear leadership, not just talk or rhetoric, but being able to produce the results. What do you say?
Well, I certainly appreciate that, and I want to park right there if you don't mind. If you don't, we're gonna park right. We're gonna put it in park right there. Now, one of the things that leadership, when I was assistant principal at Mosley, and my principal was Bill Husfield, he said to me, he says, "Well, I got to find somewhere to put this media center." And I didn't say anything at the time. I just looked around and thought about it later on. It was a problem that, and we were looking for space. We had to find somewhere to put the media center.
Yes.
So I thought about it for about a week or two, and then I was walking outside one day, and I went. If you're standing in front of Mosley High School, and you look to the left, we had about 9 to 12 portables next to to Mosley High School. 9 to 12 portables, and I looked at those portables, and I turned around and looked again, and I said, you know what? These are all movable. All of these portables could be moved. And once the portables are moved, the media center built, and where the media center is in the middle of the school, we can renovate that and put classrooms there. So I went back home, and I'm a builder, and so I sketched it out on a piece of paper. I drew everything out. I took it to my principal. I said, listen, this is a good place to put the new media center. And he looked at me and says, well, yeah, but I think I'm going to put it on the softball field facing Minnesota. I said, okay, well, that's fine. And so fast forward a year or two later, I'm getting asked to go open up a new school on the beach, and that's Arnold High School.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm in Arnold High School, and I'm out there and I'm working. And 2 years later, guess where the media center is located right now?
Where?
Exactly where I drew it out and sketched it on the plan.
Wow.
Now, that being said, I like what again, I want to part right there. A leader is a problem solver. And we have a problem in Bay District schools. On the average, we've overspent our budget $6.4 million a year for the last 2 years.
Wait, you said
6.4 million average over the last 2 years.
Not 100, a million.
We've overspent. 2024, we overspent 5 million. 25-26, we overspent 7.9 million. Bishop, that's not sustainable.
No, it's not.
And the problem that, and I don't necessarily say the problem is are these structural expenses, or are they one time, they got us into this conundrum. And what I mean by a structural expense is like your house. You got to pay your water bill.
Right.
You got to pay your light bill. You have to pay your insurance. You have to pay your mortgage. That's structural. So now you transfer that over to the school system. You got to pay teacher salaries.
Right.
The buses have got to roll. The lights have got to stay on. You got to pay structural expenses. And so what happens is when when we start accumulating debt, we are spending more money than we're bringing in, and we end up $6.4 million deficit over the last 2 years. The question begs to be answered: what is happening? How are we acquiring such indebtedness? And so it is very likely, I really got to get in there and take a look at it, but it's very likely that perhaps we, you can't take a one-time dollar and spend it on a structural expense. One-time dollar and spend it on a structural expense. Because when the one-time dollar goes away,
yes,
you still got the structural expense.
That's right.
So what happens is perhaps there was grant funding. I don't know whether it came from COVID. I don't know whether it came from Hurricane Michael, and perhaps we were given money and we hired a bunch of teachers. I don't know. We maybe hired a bunch of teachers, but teachers that's structural. Those folks got to continue to be paid, and you're looking at one-time dollar expense. Now, when that one-time dollar expense goes away, the structural expense remains. Now you're dipping into your fund balance. That is your reserves.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody a lot of folks, a lot of times they have a difficult time understanding school budget. But let me help you really quickly understand it this way. It's like a school budget is like a wedding cake. Imagine a wedding cake. It goes up vertical, okay?
Yeah.
Now on the bottom, Bishop, on the bottom of the wedding cake, that's the revenue. Now this is a revenue wedding cake. The bottom of the wedding cake, that is the revenue that comes in and keeps the lights on.
Right.
Okay, in the building. Now, the next layer of cake, revenue cake, those are the people, you pay for the people that you put in the building. Remember, the first layer is a facility. And then the second layer are the people, and it's busing the kids into the building. And then the top layer of the wedding cake, that's your federal dollars. So you have the bottom layer, which is, keeping the lights on. That comes from your, I'm sorry, I should have told you this. That comes from your local tax dollars. People like me and you. You pay property taxes.
Now I do. Yes, I do.
That's the most stable funding revenue the school district has. That bottom layer comes from property taxes. That middle layer, that next layer comes from state. That's the FEFP. That's the state that takes care of the teachers and getting the students in the building. Now the top layer, the third layer, you got 1, 2, 3 layers. The top layer is your federal dollars that takes care of ESE students, that takes care of your lunch programs. Okay, now every cake has got to have icing. So the icing on the cake is a 0.5 sales tax, which is, by the way, is going to expire in June of 2030. So we got to start campaigning now. It's going with the 0.5 sales tax. That's $32 million, 0.5 that we're using right now to build schools and do structural engineering and stuff like that for new schools. That's going away in 2030. So we got to start campaigning for that money to be reignited in January of 2027. So that's the icing on the cake. You got property taxes, the bottom line. The middle, you got state. The top, you got federal, and you got the icing on the cake. So now that you have this big revenue stream coming in, you got to make sure that you don't overspend the number of teachers, you don't overspend the number of buses. So now what we got to do, now that we've overspent $6.4 million, we got to go in and do a line item budget. And this is kind of getting into the weeds a little bit, but you got to do a line item budget to see who, and an departmental audit, to see who is overspending their budget.
Dr. Haley, don't you think, again, and I heard this, and I agree, I hear you. I heard an old saying that says, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you always got. Now, I mean, think about that. And what you're saying, and again, $6.4 billion is a lot of money to me. Any of that is a lot of money to me. But if we don't make change and enact change, we're going to continue to get what we've always gotten. And I think that's something that needs to be talked about in the community, particularly with District 3, because a lot of things, you just don't hear enough of. Yes. And I think we need to find ways to not only encourage your thinking. I was listening to you sharing about when you were over at Mosley, but some of the things you had, vision. I heard vision. I heard patience. I heard problem solving, a thinker, an innovator, being patient to allow sometimes great wisdom ideas don't settle on other people as quickly. So it takes time for them to see it. And then all of a sudden you're down at Arnold and they're over here at Mosley and they're getting the revelation. I think that's the kind of quality that we need to bring into our district, what we call that ethos. The atmosphere of being innovative, being successful as a businessman, and just watching you move through these tiers. We need people like that who really have a pulse for District 3, who you live in the community. You got the pulse for the community.
Right.
You eat down the street. We bump into you. We wave at you. We know, we know he's Dr. Haley, but I privately, I'll call him John. Hey,
private.
He'll say, hey, John. I say, hey, John. We don't do that bishop stuff. But in public, we respect each other because that's that respect that we have. And I think that's so important that we have someone who understands the community and has a heart for the community and has a pulse for the people.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
I'm just putting it out there. It's the truth.
Bless you. You're very insightful leader, obviously, who trains leaders, and man, that's what we need more of. And God bless you for that and for seeing that. And I didn't think of in those circles myself, but God bless you, sir. And it's something you got to have a love for people and a love for the community. And,
yes.
That's vitally important. And you know, when you love people, and love what you do. And I always try to say, a lot of folks are running around trying to get rich and do this, that, and the other. And I say, just do what you have, what you love, what you have passion for. The money will come.
Yeah. That's right.
Just you know, because when you do what you love and you want to help people and you know, and don't spin your wheels in the sand trying to make things happen. And then when that doesn't happen, you do something else. Then you do something else. You're jumping from one train to the next, one little path to the next. Just do your best to be a blessing, and God will utilize what He put in you to bring to fruition the best for you.
I love that. And listen, we're about to go into a commercial in just a minute, but Dr. Haley, I want to ask you something.
Yes,
How, for those who are watching, and they're going to be watching all week, how can we give to support the campaign? I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what we can and can't do and how we can do it?
Yes, sir. What you need to do if you want to be a blessing to the campaign is you have to write your checks to Dr. John Haley Campaign. Dr. John Haley Campaign. Make sure you put campaign on there, and then mail it to my home address, 601 Cactus Avenue, Panama City, Florida, 32401. Again, that's Dr. John Haley Campaign, 601 Cactus Avenue, Cactus, Panama City, Florida, 32401. Or you can go to my campaign website, and it has an antidote, and you can put your phone on that little kiosk thing, and what it'll do is it'll allow you to contribute or donate directly to my campaign. And
good.
I have that set up.
Good. What is the website?
Dr. John Haley Campaign. Dr. John Haley Campaign website. Yes, sir. That
either way, and they're gonna post it. You all may see it streaming. Oh, they just posted it. I see some people listening in now. 601 Cactus Avenue. Okay, excellent. Y'all mail it. Don't be going by his house. Don't be knocking on the door, nothing like that. Talking about what you got for dinner. Y'all look, mail it. Just put it in the mail. Do it the right way. So there's no problem.
God bless you, sir. God bless you.
Do it the right way. Listen, we're gonna come back, and I want to talk to Dr. Haley about some of the things that we can do. If you're in the District 3 area, you got family and you're watching, we're going to come back and talk about some things that we can do to get the word out, the date of voting, how to do it, what you're going to need. And I'd like to explore more about how to encourage churches to get the word out. And we're going to talk about that when we come back. I know they got this commercial. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Dr. Haley, we are thrilled to have you. We are excited. We are praying. And we're just going to do everything we can because we believe in you. We believe in you. All right, we'll be right back in a second. Here come a commercial. Y'all get ready.
Look at somebody and say, neighbor, keep the Holy Ghost fire burning.
It's not that we lack identity, we lack worship. If we will worship God, He will tell us who we are.
So you can have a fresh fire that's full of passion. You need something with some vigor, and you need to do it for posterity's sake. and not prosperity's sake.
God is consuming anything that they can't see themselves in you, Father. Let the fire fall. Let the fire fall.
Meanwhile, the fire on the altar must be kept burning. It must never go out.
Well, praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. We are back, and to God be all the glory. The fire must never go out. That was our International Leadership College of Bishops and Pastors, where we train leaders. That's what we do. We train leaders in the area of ministry, the episcopacy, and we had our national gathering this June, and what a time we had. Let me encourage you all. We're with Dr. John Haley today, and we got some questions to ask him. We got a few more minutes to draw from this rich well. Just a quick note to those who are watching, don't forget, Apostle Wilbert Namadinga is teaching our Hebrew classes. He's a seminary professor that we offer Hebrew. There's a QR code there, August 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th. Dr. Haley, I'm learning Hebrew. I'm taking the class a second time. That fella can teach the word of God. So we are learning Hebrew and the origins and meanings of words. So be sure to register. We start this Thursday, and I want to encourage you all to get registered. Secondly, thank you. You all know my mother passed. Many of you have sent me a lot of love and appreciation. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. I'm so grateful. It's my mom. Thank you. That's all I can say right now. Thank you. And finally, I'll be over in Jacksonville on the 23rd with Bishop Thomas Rouse at Maddox Revival Center. I'll be closing out their anniversary, and we're going to have a time. So I look forward to seeing you over in Jacksonville, and God bless you all. All right, Dr. Haley, we're back. We're so glad you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who came in late, we're with Dr. John Haley. He is running for, you know what? I'm going to let him tell you. Hey, tell him what you're doing. Tell him what you're running for.
I run for school board district 3, district 3. And that is composed of 9 schools. And all of those schools, and when they reiterate, they're Title I schools. And so we really, this is not a position. A lot of folks get on the school board, I think, and they think that's the end of it. But in reality, in my mind, this is not a position as bishop as much as it is a job. When you get on the school board, you need to go to work. You don't need to just sit there and say, okay, my only responsibility is the budget and policy. No, you need to go to work seeing what you can do to bring mentors into those schools, to do what you can to bring, dollars and bring CTE programs into that school, identify the interest, look at the student data, see what you can bring to the table in order to fix some of that stuff. And the thing about it is, Bishop, I am a unique candidate in that I've been a high school principal, Bishop. Not only that, Bishop, I have been a district official.
Yes.
I have saved. I found a way to make my school an A school. So I know what an A school looks like, and I know how to get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I was a district official, and I saved the district. When I went to the district office, Bishop, listen to these numbers. When I went to the district office, I learned that Bay District Schools was paying Gov Power $8 million a year in utility bills.
8 million.
We had at that time we had about 29 or 31 schools, and we're paying $8 million a year. That was our power bill. Now you say, well, that's insane. That can't be. Well, I'm gonna tell you how it happened. You have a school as large as Mosley, AC, running 24/7, 365 days a year.
Mm.
And it's dropping down as low as 71, running all night long. Nobody is in the school. Christmas vacation, Thanksgiving vacation, spring break. And now you multiply that times 31, and you end up with $8 million a year. So when I learned that, I said, this is insanity. So my first year, I did not have the means to bring about change. So I implemented a hard lockdown. So in other words, I sent out an email to all the principals and everybody as a district official. At the close of day, at 4 o'clock, shut everything down. Raise your temperatures up to 78, and raise it up to 80. And so that's every single, and then when we go on spring break, when we go on Christmas break, Thanksgiving break, the temperature goes up to 78 or 80 degrees. And the first year we did that, we saved $800,000. The next year, we purchased CDC, a central digital control system, where at the maintenance department, we automatically sent out a message and it automatically shut everything down when we told it to. Saved another $1.2 million, saved $2 million.
Wow.
In 2 years.
Wow. That's innovative. It's an entrepreneur. You have an entrepreneurial instinct. And I think that's what people don't realize. And now we're people of faith. The Bible said God gave King Solomon wisdom. There are people, Dr. Haley, that God will give them special insight on how to solve problems. And they come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. I'm telling you, when the spirit of wisdom rests upon you, God will teach you. People don't realize they have to start looking for people who hold that level of wisdom, because wisdom is designed to solve problems.
Thank you, Bishop. Bless you, sir. Bless you.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Okay, so I found a quote here, and a statement by Jim Rohn, which is he's passed now. He's a distant mentor of mine, but he's a great business leader, entrepreneur. Many great leaders have followed him, and he made a couple of statements I want to add to what I believe really fits the bill here. He says there are 12 qualities of good leadership. And I find a lot of them in knowing you over 20 years now, John. I see that. He says, good leaders learn to be strong, but not rude.
Right.
They learn the graces, not just the skills.
Yes.
Number 3, they are kind, but they're not weak.
Right.
Number 4, they are bold, but not a bully.
Right. Yeah.
Number 5, they're thoughtful, but they're not lazy.
No.
Number 6, they learn to dream, but do not become a dreamer. And number 7, think, but don't become a thinker. The name of the game is results. They have learned the ability of not just to think, but to put thinking into action and bring it to life. Those are just 7 brief quotes of what real leadership is about. And I think if things are winning, it's because there are good leaders there. And if things are suffering, we need good leadership to look in and to move some things around with grace, but they're able to solve it. I missed one. Here's number 8. Good leaders, they are proud of what they do, but they're not arrogant.
No. Never. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I want to go back to something you said a little bit earlier about doing the same thing the same way and expecting different results, and it's not going to happen. And looking at the different traits that you just outlined there for good leaders, being a thinker, but don't think all the time. Get things done.
Yes.
Bring about positive change that will ultimately have positive results, and that's so important. You want. And I'm a project-oriented. I have a project-oriented personality. I like projects because I want to tackle something and I want to get it done.
Yes.
I want to fix it. So when I see a problem, okay, we're gonna handle this. We're gonna figure out a way to navigate. We're gonna work. I'm a project-centered and that's how I got my doctorate. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a problem, but I gotta figure out how to get this done. And so it comes down with with that leadership mindset, getting results. Not only that, is solving the problems that we're confronted with on a daily basis, and being sure that you improve the standing of people, or groups of individuals, or an organization. That's so vitally important. That you have that passion. You want to see people. You want to see people successful. You want to see them do well, and especially children. My passion and my love is for children. So many of our children, for lack of a better way to put it, they are incidentally or accidentally, whatever the case may be, throwing their lives away because they don't know, having any ideology of what tomorrow or what awaits them in tomorrow. And so they're just living in the day. And that's a sad scenario.
Dr. Haley, I was just thinking with you, I'm really fascinated by the fact of what you said earlier about parents being involved.
Yes.
Really trying to get the parent involved. And I think that's where the churches can really come together, particularly in our communities. And you're a pastor, you built one church and you built the second church. I've seen all that you've done. I think at some point there needs to be a platform where parents can come together and share with you when you win, to come and share with you about their concerns and maybe why parents aren't involved, or what is the holdup of parents. Because I think once we find that key to getting parents involved, we'll begin to see our District 3 come to that level and become like these other districts that are west of us.
Yes. Yeah. You have, number one, I want to emphasize another point. District Street, and a lot of folks may not be familiar with Panama City, Florida, but it is basically the 11th Street corridor. All the schools on 11th Street. That's basically what you got for District 3.
Wow.
So you have a few schools on 15th Street, but basically it's the 11th Street. District 3 is the 11th Street corridor. I
never thought about that. You're right.
That's District 3. And so now, and so when you talk about getting parents together, now you look at, okay, now what I got to do is I've got to pull parents, and we got to come together. We got 9 schools. If I get 2 parents who will lead or who will volunteer to become a part of a parental engagement committee, and we can have a committee, a parental engagement committee. We can need to all sing from the same sheet of music.
Wow.
And so this is what we're going to do in District 3. This is our parental engagement plan for District 3. And let these parents put this thing together and hold one another feet to the fire and watch that district elevate itself. Watch the corridor of 11th Street become astronomically successful. We pull these people in, we get a committee, because a committee of parental engagement individuals, and then what we do is we replicate the success in District 3 in the other districts in Bay County. Now you got a district-wide component of parental engagement. Now you're at A status. Like I said before, Bishop, I turned Arnold High School into an A school. God bless me with that.
You sure did.
And if I can get in the district office as a board member with the help of God, we can make this thing happen again.
That's right. God in our boats too. What do we do? Give me some dates. When is the voting date?
Well, first thing we got to do is early voting is August the 8th to the 15th. And what I need everybody to do is something I said, 10, 10, 10, we win. What do you mean by that, Dr. Haley? If you look in, I have 129 contacts in my cell phone. So if you say, okay, I'm gonna contact 10 people, I'm gonna text 10 people in my cell phone, and I'm going to tell those 10 people to go vote August the 8th to the 15th, and I want those 10 to tell 10 each to go vote, and then I want that to multiply. So 10, 10, 10, we win. So one person end up promoting getting 1,000, because you got 10
That's
times
right.
10 times 10. Now you got 1,000.
That's right.
10, 10, 10, we win. So August the 8th to the 15th is early voting. We got to look at our phones, and what we got to do is text 10 people and say, listen, guys, you all go vote for Haley August the 8th to the 15th, and I want each one of you all to tell 10 people to vote for Haley, and I want those 10 to tell 10 to vote for Haley. That's 1,000 people. So
That's 1,000 people.
Yeah, right there. So at 10, 10, 10, we win.
I love
In
it.
midterm election, the last midterm election, we had 18,000 people to vote in the last midterm election. And so I'm going to get a lot of support from the beach, because obviously, the Lord blessed me to do a phenomenal job out there. Fact of the matter, I was called Little Joe Clark, because I am the only principal in the history of Bay County to go down to the beach, take off my dress shoes, and walk over and tell my kids to put on their clothes and get back in class. That's insanity, but that was the kind of person I was then. I was serious about these guys are here. They are in 11th and 12th, but in 12th grade, about to throw their high school diploma away because they want to be with Kentucky, Georgia, and Alabama on spring break. Get in class, guys.
That's right.
I'm not going to allow you to throw your high school diploma away. And so, and that's what happened. I don't know if you've ever been to Arnold.
Yes, I have.
When you drove up, did you see those lock gates on the parking lot?
Yes.
Yours truly put those there.
You wouldn't let them out.
I wouldn't let them out. After that beach, I said, I know what to do.
Just
I'm locked in. That's why they call me.
Became an A school. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's what happened.
Okay. They're scrolling here. So we got August 8th through the 15th. I'm going to ask my staff to run this show every day this week. We're going to run it the whole week, every day, same time in the evening. We're going to run this every day of the week. Today is the third? Today, no, today's the second.
Yes,
Today's
sir.
the second. We're going to run it the whole week, run it right up to the 8th.
Man,
and we're going to run it the whole week. And we want people to go out and vote, find Dr. John Haley and just blot him in, and let's get some things moving. Dr. Haley, we got a few minutes. Let me ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
Tell me, sir, in reference to the schools, maybe not all of them, but these schools, Rutherford, Bay High, Rosenwald, Jenks, what are the schools right now? Are they A's? Are they B's? Were they C's? I mean, what kind of just give me a few ideas.
We have 2 D schools right now, and that is Patterson Elementary is a D school. Cedar Grove Elementary is a D school. Bay High School is a B school. Rutherford High School is a C school. I think Jenks Middle School is a C school. I think Northside is a C. Lucille Moore is a C. I know we have 2 D schools, and those are in District 3, and so the concern that we have really is that of all our schools in the district, we have about 37% of our schools in the district are C and below. About 37% of our schools are C and below. We have approximately 20. We have approximately 20. I want to say 27 schools, 28 or 27 schools, and 37% of those schools are C or D schools.
Wow,
and that needs to change. Although we're 1 point from an A, it's ironic that we have 37% of our schools grading at C or D. And that needs to, that's the academic roller coaster that I'm sharing with you that needs to stop. We need to get off of that roller coaster and find some consistency in academic performance. And we're leaving out a very, very important element, and that is parental engagement. Right now, I perceive and see District 3 as the Achilles heel of Bay District schools. That is, we are the weakest link.
Wow.
Yeah. And so what I want to do is get in and do a study, find out what district is losing students the most. Is it 3? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? And why?
Yeah, I agree. And one of the things that may help is even talking with schools that are A schools and finding out what those principals, administrators, and the teachers, what they do to and maybe part of it is the parental piece, but just really finding out, what are we doing? And that's what I love about you, because you have I'm just going to put it out there because I was told this. If it's a lie, I was told it. But from what I've been told, you've even married people in the who are part of the schools. You've married people. I'm gonna leave it like that. And you're well respected, Dr. Haley.
Yeah,
you are well respected, and I love that. Matter of fact, I was told you married the principal over at Rutherford High and Mosley High School. And you just
Brian Bullock.
Oh, he's the guy.
His lovely wife, Crystal. Yeah.
Hey, he's the GOAT. I tell him all the time. Yeah. A school, but he's that guy, and good guy. But he speaks very highly of you. We all laugh when your name come up. Everybody starts smiling and laughing. And we need more good people in leadership like that. I don't know anybody else, but I know you. And I think we just need people that are known and that are proven. In the ancient days, whenever a sword was being made, the sword would be taken and put into heat, and they would melt down the steel, and they would melt it, and they would pull it out and beat it and put it back in the heat and beat it again. And so no sword was allowed to be used in war until it had been beaten, heated, sharpened, sand, and even tried in battle, practice battle. And so it's nice to be something cute on the wall, but when it's time for battle, you want somebody who's been tried, who's been put through the heat, through the furnace, and has the history and the provenness that there is a certain type of grit that can get things done and not just a popularity contest.
Yes. Bless you, Bishop. God bless you. I love your analysis. I love your analogy. I love the insight that you have. God bless you and the leadership that you provide. Man, God bless you. Keep up the good work. And I tell you, when I'm gonna be a blessing to you. When I get this thing done, I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to see you.
We're
Amen.
gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done together. It takes a village, and a rising tide floats all boats.
All right,
rising tide floats all boats. We were just over in Tallahassee, and I went to be with Apostle Lyons there, and we had just come back from Blairsville, Georgia. Came down, got some things, took off, went to be at his retirement party, and I told him that I'm encouraged when I see others rising. It's a blessing that we can turn around and support one another, cheer each other on. Yes, you can do this. Yes, I believe in you. And despite all of the other, the chirpings around us, we know that there are people there who are saying, I'm praying for you. I got you. You can do this. You're the guy. You're that guy. We always need somebody saying, hey, you can do, we believe you can do this. We didn't see you in action. And so that's what I see. And I'm excited. I'm excited for you. 10.
We win.
We win. August 8th through the 15th. We got to get out and vote. We got to get out and support and make a big deal about it. We got how many votes how many votes you think you need?
Well, this is the odd thing. I have four people. Four people are running for District 3 seat. 4.
Oh, it's 4.
4. So you have the incumbent, you have Dr. Haley, and then you have 2 other individuals.
Yeah.
And so what happens is now one of the 4 has to get 50% plus 1. They win outright. But there are 4 people. So if one doesn't get 50% plus 1, then the 2 highest vote getters go to the runoff, and that's in November 3rd.
Oh, wow. Wow. So you just need to go and win this.
We need to win it outright.
Win it outright, be done with it, and get the thing. All right. All right. That's what we're going to be talking about the rest of the week. And we're going to put the word out there. Dr. Haley, I'm so glad you came on to be with us. We've been talking about having you on the show. I think you came on a while back. I think maybe a while back. Maybe not. I don't remember. But I don't remember. I think somebody told me, they said, did we have his bio? I said, I don't know. I said, but he keep growing. We got to update his bio. It's going to be too long. And so I'm glad you're with us. We're rooting for you. Now, all right, before we go, I'm going to let you give some encouraging words, but I want to ask you, I got like a minute to ask you these questions. So these are fire questions I got to ask you. Number 1, when do you do your devotion?
Early in the morning. The earlier, the better. My motto is the earlier you pray, the better your day. 4:15, 5 o'clock.
I love it. Number 2, what is your health modality? When do you work out? What do you do for health?
Well, I like doing push-ups. Push-ups, to strain, that's the best thing, and walking. Push-ups, I love doing push-ups, and I love to walk.
I love it. Number 3, what books have you read or have you enjoyed or that you would recommend that we read?
This is crazy because I'm reading a book on curriculum, and it's why am I doing this? I'm reading a book on curriculum and instruction right now. I'm like, why am I doing? I should be reading something, But I was also reading a little bit of T.D. Jakes. I forget the title right now. One of T.D. Jakes' books. I'm reading that one, and it's one on curriculum and instruction. But I really enjoy the one on curriculum and instruction.
I love that. That's your little nerdy part coming out.
That's me, man.
All right, I got to keep going. Number 4, what is the key to a great marriage?
Oh my God, man. I'm gonna tell you, let nothing come between you and your wife. Nothing comes. Don't let your kids, don't let your duties, your responsibilities, don't let nothing or no one come between you and your wife. And I coach and I tell men, do not let the third party in, whether it's substance abuse or whatever it is. Keep away from pornography. Don't let nothing come between you and your wife, and treat your wife. And this morning I got up and said to my wife, because sometimes when we're getting ready to go to church, she's going one way, I'm going there, and I see her when she gets to church. Right. And I searched her down this morning. I said, listen, baby, I just want to see my wife before I go to church. Come on, I want to give you a big old hug and a kiss. And she said, well, now. And so when we got to church, She talked about that. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't expect you to say that.
And she loves you too. Y'all have a beautiful relationship. And
Yes.
finally, I'm out of time. Number 5, what is your hobby?
Oh man. I like to build, boy, Bishop. I just like to build, man. I love to build. I love to build houses. I love to build. I get such thrill in building. You know, I love to just build. If I can just build, I'm happy. You know, if I can build, I'm happy. I just love to build.
I love it. And you retired and now you're
Yes.
back. You're back in.
Yeah.
I love it. I told somebody the other day, I was like, you don't really retire.
No.
You just retire. You just put new tires on because
Yeah.
you're on a new
You
journey.
you retire. You thank you. Well said.
Retire. You just
Retire.
retire.
Yeah, you retire. You put a new set on. You get,
Come
well
on.
said. Well said.
Oh, okay. We're out of time. Dr. Haley, give us closing words. Thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Haley will have the last word. God bless you, sir.
God bless you. I want to encourage all of you to do all of you because if you can, to be a blessing to everyone you come in contact. Do as much as you can, as often as you can, to as many people as you can. I'm running for District 3 School Board. I do hope that I gather and your support for this campaign that I'm running. I've done it all. I've had eight positions, and I want to do all I conceivably can to be a blessing to the students of Bay District School. God bless you, and thank you so much for having me and tuning in and support your Bishop. Bishop Wade is a phenomenal asset here in Bay County since he has arrived. We've talked about all over this county, and thank God that God planted him here. I know he's planning to leave, but while he's here, we're going to celebrate him and give him the accolades and flowers while he's here. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'll be around for a while. Hey, 10-10-10.
We win.
We win. Good night, everybody. Have a great time. Have a great day. God bless you all.
Look at somebody and say, neighbor, keep the Holy Ghost fire burning.
It's not that we lack identity, we lack worship. If we will worship God, He will tell us who we are.
Shut it all down and get started again so you can have a fresh fire that's full of passion. You need something with some vigor, and you need to do it for posterity's sake and not prosperity's sake.
God is consuming anything that they can't see themselves in you, Father. Let the fire fall. Let the fire fall.
on the altar must be kept burning. It must never go out.